Swadika, and thank you for joining us for the morning edition of NBT World Brief right here on NBT and NBT World. You're with me, Tra Chirakalsan. Prime Minister and Interior Minister ANUTIN Chanvirakul, as the leader of the Phumjai Thai Party, has dismissed reports that a 300-seat coalition deal has already been secured, stressing that government formation will only become clear after the Election Commission certifies the results. Prime Minister ANUTIN said discussions on forming the next government must follow legal procedures and official timelines. The Prime Minister emphasized that the Election Commission must first formally certify the election results before any coalition agreement can be confirmed. Prime Minister ANUTIN added that Phumjai Thai wants clarity and stability before holding formal negotiations, noting that the political situation should settle first.
ดีลยังไม่เปิดเลยแล้วมาปิดดีลอะไรแล้ว
สถานการณ์ยังเหมือนเดิมไหมครับตอนนี้
ก็ตอนนี้ต้องอย่างที่ผมเรียนน่ะรอกกต.ใช่ไหมให้มันมีความชัดเจนก่อน
หมายถึงว่าถ้ากกต.ชัดเจนนี้คือท่านนายกเองก็พร้อมที่จะประกาศว่าใครจะอยู่เป็นพรรคร่วมรัฐบาลได้เลยใช่ไหมคะ
คือกลไกของมันเนี่ยมันก็จะเป็นลำดับขั้นไปนะครับ
ที่เมื่อคืน
คือเราจะไปทำอะไรโดยที่ยังไม่มีความชัดเจนเลยเนี่ยผมไม่ทราบว่าพรรคอื่นเขาคิดยังไงหรือว่าคนอื่นเขาทำยังไงแต่ว่าพวกผมพรรคภูมิใจไทยเนี่ยเราต้องการทำอะไรที่มันชัดเจนนะครับแล้วก็เวลาจะไปพูดไปคุยอะไรกับใครเนี่ยเราก็ต้องการให้สถานการณ์ทุกอย่างมันอยู่ตัวมันนิ่งก่อนเนาะ
When asked about reports that some parties were waiting to be contacted but instead expressed frustration publicly, the Phumjai Thai Party leader said such reactions reveal their positions, and for now it is better to let the situation calm down. Regarding whether the Democrat Party is in line for coalition talks, the Prime Minister said no party is being ruled out at this stage and reaffirmed that any future government must work for the benefit of the people and the country. A new survey by NIDA poll under the National Institute of Development Administration shows that most voters are not concerned about the controversies surrounding QR codes and barcodes on ballot papers, which some fear could invalidate the February 8th election. The nationwide survey was conducted between February 17th and the 18th among 1,310 respondents aged 18 and over across all regions of Thailand. With regards to the concerns about QR codes and barcodes on ballot papers that could cause the February 8th election to be declared void and require a new vote, more than half, or 50.31%, said they were not concerned at all. About 20.53% said they were somewhat concerned, 18.4% were not very concerned, and only 10.23% said they were very concerned. Regarding satisfaction with election results in their own constituencies, 39.31% said they were somewhat satisfied, while 27.33% were very satisfied. Meanwhile, 18.4% were somewhat dissatisfied and 14.96% were not satisfied at all. As for the overall national results, 29.69% said they were somewhat satisfied. However, 29.31% said they were not satisfied at all, and 27.25% were somewhat dissatisfied. Only 13.75% reported being very satisfied. The poll also found that 33.66% strongly believe political parties use social media to influence public opinion during the campaign, while 28.94% somewhat believe so. Tensions along the Thai-Cambodian border have resurfaced after Cambodian media reports claimed Thai forces opened fire near CHONG in Nam Yuen district of Ubon Ratchathani province. The 2nd Army region has denied the allegation, insisting its troops followed strict rules of engagement. According to a statement from the 2nd Army region, the incident occurred at around 9:30 a.m. last Friday near Chong Anma in Nam Yuen district of Ubon Ratchathani province. Thai troops reported detecting additional Cambodian forces moving closer to Thailand's defensive line. The statement said that Thai soldiers issued verbal warnings in accordance with standard control procedures and did not use any weapons. The 2nd Army region reaffirmed that Thai personnel strictly adhered to rules of engagement and remained committed to resolving issues through peaceful means. Regarding reports that a Cambodian soldier was injured in the knee, preliminary medical observation suggests the wound was unlikely caused by gunfire. For transparency and mutual understanding, the Army called on both sides to strictly comply with the ceasefire framework under the General Border Committee and to remain within their designated control areas to maintain peace, stability, and good relations along the Thai-Cambodian border. In other news, U.S. President Donald Trump has announced an increase in global import tariffs from 10% to 15%, expressing strong dissatisfaction with a Supreme Court ruling that struck down his previous tariff measures. President Trump made the announcement on Truth Social, saying the new 15% tariff on imports worldwide would take effect immediately as permitted under U.S. trade law. The move underscores his frustration with a recent ruling by the U.S. Supreme Court which revoked import tariffs imposed on trading partners last year. Previously, President Trump invoked Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974 to introduce a temporary 10% global tariff after the court struck down the earlier measures. The president has now expanded that rate to 15%. Under Section 122, a U.S. president may impose additional tariffs of up to 15% of a product's value. However, the law allows such measures to remain in effect for no more than 150 days without approval from Congress. The president also criticized the Supreme Court's decision again, calling it a serious anti-American stance. The Thai Trade Center in Los Angeles, USA, is warning Thai businesses to prepare for renewed volatility in U.S. trade policy following the latest tariff measures announced by President Donald Trump. The Thai Trade Center in Los Angeles has assessed that recent U.S. tariff developments could create significant disruption across global supply chains. The office cited a ruling by the Supreme Court of the United States, which found that reciprocal tariffs imposed by President Donald Trump under the International Emergency Economic Powers Act were unlawful. The ruling is expected to force exporters to the United States, U.S. importers, and retailers to make major adjustments to their business operations. It also raises the possibility that the U.S. government may need to refund more than $175 billion in previously collected import duties. However, the report anticipates that Washington may seek alternative legal channels to impose new tariffs in order to safeguard its economic and political influence globally. With President Trump now raising import tariffs to 15%, Thai exporters and businesses with supply chains linked to the U.S. market are advised to closely monitor developments and prepare for continued trade uncertainty. And that wraps up our morning edition of NBT World Brief. Stay updated with the latest developments right here on NBT and NBT World. And for more stories, simply scan the QR code on your screen to access our full coverage across all media platforms. Until next time, สวัสดีค่ะ